Good day, and welcome back to the Voices of Pinewood. We have a very tasty and excellent show for you guys today. As we know, Bahamians are very pantaphagus eaters, and we have an excellent display of cultures of Pinewood and cultures of the Bahamas that we want to put on for you today. I welcome you as we bring in Chef Ryan McIntosh, a world-renowned chef representing the Bahamas straight out of Pinewood, won gold medals and represented the Bahamas to the glory that we are. I hope that you enjoy the show today with us, as we have a native son who is showing that great things do come out of the area of Pinewood. And with the prospicience that we have with this show, we would want to show you more characters like him so that you yourself can dream bigger. Welcome back. As I promised, we have Chef Ryan McIntosh. As you can see, the gold on him is blinging, as he represented the Bahamas tremendously in many culinary competitions around the world. Chef Ryan, welcome to Voices of Pinewood.
Thank you for having me.
Yes. Could you tell us a bit more about yourself?
All right. So everybody, hello. Thank you for having me here. My name is Chef Ryan. Most of you know me as the Drill Chef. So for me, myself, my humble beginnings came from Pinewood. It came fresh out of Cascarilla Street, walking straight from barefoot, straight down to most of some of the things that we here know today, known as the Pinewood, known as the Water Town, But it never stopped me from going where I have to achieve my goals. I went to Sadie Curtis, that's here on Charles W. Sanders Highway, C.H. Reeves, and also C.V. Battle, all still in the area and in the constituency around Pinewood. My bringings wasn't really, I would say, one of the best. It was really rough, Yeah. My bringings wasn't, with mother having to make sure I have food in my mouth sometime, sometime walking down the school, you wouldn't have sometime lunch money. So I wouldn't say that I came from one of those great upbringings, but I'm thankful that what I've achieved to show people in Pinewood that, hey, listen to me, you can do it. Further off my career from CV Battle, I went to the National Training Agency where I learned culinary arts there, mainly in food preparation as well. I went abroad into London to study more into my city and guilds that I've achieved from the National Training Agency. And that was really good also down there in London. That was tremendous, learning all of the spectacular food that they have down there in terms of what we know today as continental or banquet or some of the food anywhere that you can find, you'll find it down there. I've achieved to learn that. I also went to Sandals. I started working at Sandals when I came back home. Went to the hospitality training program, and that was really good because it really got me more in depth of what I know today in culinary arts. Being trained from every sector into the culinary field, learning from every sector of the hotel was a tremendous opportunity for me. And I said, let me just try out myself. Somebody in Pinewood said, hey, you should try out for the culinary team, man. Your grandma's a cook. You learn from her. Yeah. Try it out. So I went on, tried it out. Was thankful I've been successful to be on the culinary team. To go abroad and learn all of the food, down-home food that each country bring into their culinary mind that they have as chefs from all over the world, And that was an honor for me. Winning Taste MVP. Taste of the Caribbean is a really great culinary competition. Achieving the gold that year.
That's this medal that you have here.
Oh yeah. Achieving the MVP award. Sometime you need one under your belt. That's the league MVP.
Yes.
And everything just came back straight out of Pinewood and learning right into my home.
Yeah, and it's great how you mentioned a few things about the National Training Agency, because when we look forward for our leaders, we expect great policy making for the average citizen to be able to vertically move up the ladder. Mm-hmm. And that is all that we expect, because when we have great leaders that put forward policies and initiatives that a small man that came from humble beginnings, that used to not know where he was going to get the next meal from, is now preparing meals for the entire community of Pinewood.
Yes.
And this is what I call awesome. So tell me, Ryan, what is it that we have here today?
So today, you know, I thought about going down home, back into the backyard, and making sure that we have something traditional.
All
you
right.
know, so I decided to do that. We're gonna do banana pancakes, right?
Banana pancakes?
Banana pancakes, man.
Wow.
So
Wow.
how we're gonna do it Grammy style, but then we're gonna make it more infused into a culinary perspective of a high upgrade into the pancake, you know.
All
you
right.
know, and then after that, what's gonna be also on your palate is we're gonna have cracked lobster. We're
Wow.
gonna have cracked lobster. So we're gonna have pancake.
Well, you know, I come from the shipping field. When you say pallet, the only thing I think about is groceries, right? Think about groceries,
Yeah,
some generators, you understand? But this pallet you're talking about is your taste buds.
Yeah, your taste buds, man. You know, you're gonna have with that. You're gonna have, you know, when you're gonna taste it, you're gonna make sure you feel as if you're down by Polsky Dock and rumbling into the Bronx. You know,
Yeah.
and make sure that your full citrus is there. You're gonna have your nice season is there. And you know, one thing, but Grammy always say, never forget home.
All right, never forget home. So introduce us now. I see you got an onion here. I see you got some lobster.
We get our banana. We got the old banana. You know?
And these are most preferably used in making banana pancakes versus the traditional yellow or green or.
Yes.
So you want it overripe.
Overripe. I went there, I said, give me the you know, these are the ones they don't normally sell.
Yeah.
So I said, give me these ones, and I'm gonna make sure you use them. In this one, you get more nutrition in this one, and you're gonna get much more flavor into the old one.
But guess what? This is excellent because this talks to sustainability. That nothing goes to waste. That even if you see that your bananas are starting to go bad, you can always have a way to preserve these and make a nice, tasty treat for your kids.
Yeah, and it comes, and also, you know, we grow our own bananas as well.
Yes.
You know, at the moment now that, you know, me as a chef, I said, you know what, farming isn't known today in the Bahamas as it was back then. And
Yes.
we need to bring that back again for us chefs or us other people in the food industry to make
Yes.
sure that we keep like farming, even onion from Exoma, you
Yes.
know, because onion is really, really well known from Exoma and other islands also. But we want to make sure that we have our, even the lobster. You
Yes.
know, fishermen always love to fish and you know, it's a season for them. So we'd want to make sure protect our habitat and to make sure that we have a good food at the end of the day.
All right, awesome, man. So what's the first step we're gonna do here?
Right. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna go with our let's do the pancake. Right.
Let's do it the pancakes.
Let's go with the pancake.
All right. So we got the pancakes. So inside here, what do we have inside here?
So what we have in here is we have some cinnamon, we have
Yes.
some vanilla extract, and also we have a little bit of some sugar. You know, so
All
we'd
right.
want to make sure I get a little sweetened. You
All
know,
right.
to be up there. Sometimes some people wouldn't want syrup, so
Yes.
we'd want to make sure that some sort of sweetness in there to bring up there. And then we're gonna use some cream if you would like. You could add some cream as well. You know, so I'm gonna add some cream. Right? So
All right.
the reason why I'm adding cream, and most people also add milk, is because, you know, I'm a down-home chef, you know,
Yeah.
so even though I have upbringings of, you know, we're going to go far into the culinary perspective, but you can't never forget Pinewood what we use, because, you know, mama and papa sometimes you ain't got it.
You can't afford milk
You can't
all the time.
afford milk, man, so we got to go with the cream.
All right.
You know, I'm going to add some just a little bit of water, because, you know, if you don't have milk, then, you know, we're going to use some water, right? So
All right.
you want to
Now,
stir it up?
We're gonna stir it up so
Yep.
it's all in the you know the
Yeah,
flick of the wrist.
flick of the wrist, you
It's
know?
all in the flick of the wrist, you know. So you gotta get this all. All right. I hope I'm doing it right.
Yeah, man.
All right then. Good.
Oh, yeah. See, you getting that batter nice and mixed now?
Yes. Oh yeah, man. You should smell the flavors coming from this already.
Oh, yeah.
But tell me something, Chef Ryan. If we didn't want to use sugar, is the banana sweet enough just for the taste of it?
Yeah, yeah. So the potassium is also good for some of those persons. You know, we have some persons who have diabetes.
Yes.
You know, so we got to watch out for our elders. And we'd want to use some banana. So we're going to add some banana in there while you're whipping that up, you know. Old banana.
Man, look at that.
Old banana.
All right.
We're going to add that in there. Right?
Good. So just mash it up.
Just mash it up. Mash it all up.
So we're gonna just mash this up. Mash this banana up right inside here. Bam. And then we're gonna come back and try to whip it all together, you know.
You know. We're gonna add another banana.
All right.
You know, sometimes we live greedy. We want, you know, have it all. So we're gonna put it all down there.
All right.
See how the banana just in there and all, you know. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about, man. Fresh out of Pinewood, huh? That's what we got there, you know. Woo! All right. Right.
Man. Gotta build you some strong arms to do that. Whoever thought cooking was easy, eh?
You know, Grammy ain't been to school, but she got it in the blood, you know?
All right. So is this at the correct consistency now?
Yeah, so based on, you know, the recipe calls for, you know, certain measurements. And for me, you know, what I did was I used mother instincts. You know, when you pour a little bit of salt and then, you know, that instinct, like mama slap you in the back of your head and say, hey, that's enough.
Yeah.
You know, so that's what it was for me. The recipe is always there. So we can always get the recipe as you know, some of the viewers come on and look and see, so they can have that delicate meal that they can have themselves. Because, you know, some people can't even do pancake.
No.
You know, some people can't do pancake, but they can come here and they can see that, hey, you know, man, you got pancake recipe here and maybe some more.
Well, I can tell you this. I know about the ancestors talking to me, because one time I put too much salt inside it, right? Hey, guess what? They kicked me right. Oh, boy, you should have known better than that.
Yeah.
You should have known better than that. Right. So once we have this.
Once we have that now, you know, you're preparing that. So what we're gonna do is you're gonna have like a mirepoix. You're gonna do like you get ready.
A mirepoix. We're using plenty big words on this show today.
So mirepoix is simply celery, onions, and carrots. You know, or if you don't want, so you know, there's also sometimes you can substitute. If you want a white mirepoix and a dark mirepoix, the dark mirepoix is with carrots, and a white mirepoix is with leeks. So,
all right.
So, you know, some people use stock, and then their stock gets too dark. Yeah. You know, so they're going to use leeks instead of carrots.
All right.
Right. So what we're going to do is we're going to, if you want to, if you don't mind, you want to cut the onion, and we're going to
wow.
Try and
trust me with this knife. I'm in. So, all right. I think I know a little bit about.
Just cut that two ends off, right?
Yeah.
Then you're going to cut it in four. And we're going to use the leaves as well. So you're going to cut down, oh yeah, let's see, man, you got it down pat. You're going to cut that in half again in four. Oh yeah, look at man, you got it, man. Listen to me, man, you might as well take my job, you know? You know.
In my past life, they used to call me Chef Boyardee.
Oh yeah.
That was in my past life.
Oh yeah.
So we're gonna take.
You're gonna use all of that.
Even the skin too.
Even the skin too.
What?
You know, we're gonna use all of that.
The skin don't taste bad.
No man, the skin don't taste bad. The reason why we say is because we're gonna use all that and it gives it a richer flavor also.
All right.
Because we're gonna strain it also.
All right.
You know, that all of this gives the flavor for the lobster.
This is a new thing for me, because I always took the skin off.
Yeah.
And I never wanted the skin to remain on, because I always thought that it would give it a bad flavor.
Right. Right.
So now that we finished with the onions here, what is next?
You know, so we're gonna gonna add some of this. You know, I wanted to show you that you can use the root as well. So even you have the root, and then you have a carrot. You know, and then you know we're also gonna have a thyme here. Right? And then, you know, we have a lime. So what's going to happen is you're going to cut those into the same sector, and then we're going to add them into the pot. Let them come to a simmer with the product, which is the lobster. And then we're going to go on with from that.
All right. So, you know, in life, the only thing we have is time. Just to let you know that.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So we're going to cut that right there.
Yeah.
And I don't want to do all of the cooking, you know, because we came to show off your skill set.
Yeah, man.
But, you know, I just sometimes can't help myself, you understand, to take advantage of opportunities when they're given to me. So we're going to cut that in four. We're going to cut this again off.
No, we're going to put that over there, right? We're going to put the thyme over there as well.
All right, so we're not going to do anything with this time.
We're going to just throw
it in. Not going to beat it and anything like that.
No, we're just going to throw that in there, just like that. Bam.
Right, throw it down.
And we're going to put that over there. You know.
Throw this there too?
Yeah, you can throw it in there too. Just like that, you know.
Just like that. Just like that. What about the lime? Throw the lime in there too?
No, we're going to cut the lime, right?
Oh, we're going to cut the lime. Oh, I thought we was just throwing everything inside.
So you're just gonna cut
I was going to say this sound like my Grammy cabroach. my Grammy have a dish. She called it cabroach. The cabroach is a soup, right? And that's a soup where you take everything with inside your fridge and you throw it in the pot. You understand? Cabroach is the best type of soup there is. All right?
Right.
Shout out to Grammy.
Oh, yeah. So we're just gonna put them in there. We're gonna put them into the pot with the stock.
So tell me something, because usually, right, the skin. You know, sometimes if you cook lime with the skin on it, you get a kind of a bitter aftertaste.
Right.
How do we curb that bitter aftertaste?
So lime is a acid flare that we would want. So you wouldn't want to boil it. Most people boil their lime rinds. So in order to get it not bitter, is we're not going to leave it in too long, and we're not going to boil it at a certain temperature. So we wouldn't want it to be. We want it only to be a simmer. You know. So the most you can boil a time for without getting that that bitter taste that we always get in the back of our palate. So you'd only want to boil it for, let's just say 5 minutes with the rind, and then take it right back out.
All right, excellent. So we're gonna get this here.
Right. And then also we could we got that. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put that into the pot, and then we're gonna add our lobster in.
All right. So come with us. Follow us to the pot.
So here what we have here is the lobster, right? So we're gonna add the lobster in there. The stock is already simmered, so we're gonna add it right in there just like that. We're gonna add some of the thyme, onion. You know, I love onion, so I always like to make sure that the onion essence is there. You know, and make sure the ratio is bond with everything else. You know. So we're gonna add so the celery is the main thing that you'd want to use for the root, because the root brings a much more a quicker essence, you know, than the top or the middle of the stalks that you would use. All right. So I'm just gonna throw all that in there, and then also here again the root, right? So fresh out of the exuma, you know, you always want to go down there and get your fresh exuma onions. All right. Just gonna rest it there. We're gonna squeeze our lime, right, in there. Just throw it in, you know. Just throw it in, and you, like I said, you wouldn't want to leave it over 5 minutes because of the bitter essence that you would get. All right. All right. And we're gonna leave this. We're gonna sit this in here for at least 10 minutes. So we're gonna sit it in there for 10 minutes, and we're gonna bring it back out. And with the stock, we're gonna use the stock as well for other purposes. When you would want to, in the restaurant service, or if you want to just use it for, you know, instead of using chicken Maggi, or you wouldn't want to use beef, you'd have the same remedy. So this here would be called a seafood stock.
Yeah, so we back here with this lobster, and this lobster is one of the Bahamas' own natural resource.
Yes.
Right? And funny how we talking about that. There's a big talk going on now about the natural resources in the Bahamas.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the current conversation that's going on regarding our natural resources?
You know, I love that type of question when you ask it. You know, I'll cut this while you're going, right? So in the Bahamas, we have to depend on our own natural resources, and I don't feel as if it's really good to depend on other people around the world to get our natural resources, such as like lobster here. You know, we get the Grammy banana, and then also we get you know, our farming. You know, nowadays in the pandemic, we have to depend on each other in terms of farming. You know, and we don't have that here in the Bahamas, and I feel as if we should make sure that we maintain that into a stronger atmosphere here in the country.
All right, because there's a conversation going on that persons would like to get more benefit from their natural resources.
Yes.
They would like to see that there is a sovereign wealth fund that is made up for Bahamians so that Bahamians could receive proceeds from it. How do you feel, or what do you feel like would be the best methodology for us to be able to get our natural resources to make sure that Bahamians could profit? You
know, so I like that type of question when it always comes around, you know. So what we should do is, you know, make sure we have our own Bahamian-owned company enterprises to focus on this, because, you know, we have a lot of foreigners, I would say, that I've seen around that is focusing on our natural resources. And I think we should also deliver, we have fishermen, and yes, we have the agriculture and marine science. And also we have NIM also who helped as well, because I know a few people who helped as well from down there. For the natural resources, we should have our own enterprises. We do have it, but strictly 100% to make sure that the people can see their funds and they can see that, okay, we have it in ourselves instead of exporting, let's just say, salt. You know, so we cannot export salt and try to say we're going to bring it back in and it's our own. So something like that, it should be 100% owned instead of us letting other people manufacture our things like that.
I agree with you, because what I am a firm believer in, I almost sound monotone when I say this, is that Bahamians need to be afforded the opportunity to invest in their natural resources and vertically integrate the process. So like you're saying with salt, if Bahamians alike, I'm talking to you, can come together as one, put our money in a mutual fund with the government giving us the ability through a public-private partnership that we could be able to build a salt refinery plant. And salt is only one of our natural resources. So it could be salt, it could be aragonite, it could be limestone, it could be sand, but allow us to come together just as the same way how we invest in other things around in the Bahamas. You have the banks, you have the television institutions, you have some of the hospitals that we invest in together. We invest in our natural resources. And I feel like this is a great way for us to be able to get proceeds, create jobs, opportunities, and most important, it will be able to create a sense of pride that we are helping our country to grow individually.
Yes.
So we're going to take this our lobster. We're going to take this lobster and we're going over to the deep fryer to get into the process of
frying this.
Cracking the lobster.
Oh yeah.
All right. So we're going to go over to the deep fryer. So what is this that we have here now? So
here we have the sauce, the syrup for the pancake. So what we have in here is some sugar, some butter, we added some thyme, and also we added a little bit of guava in here as well. All right. So this is an official Pinewood sauce. This is the Pinewood sauce that you can get the recipes right from us here on the Facebook page or via yourself as well, and they'll make sure that we make it worldwide with this here, straight out of Pinewood. And I want to show you. Look at how golden and caramel this looks right here. This is a nice caramel sauce, and you said this goes over the pancakes. That goes over the pancake, and you know we had some sugar, sugar in there. We have some guava in there, fresh out of Pinewood, out of the backyard, and then you know we had some fresh thyme in there to give it some the remedy for the savory dish. All right, excellent, excellent. Everybody, this is what you call sauce. Pinewood sauce. And we're back to Voices of Pinewood with Chef Ryan McIntosh. And boy, the food is tasty and it smells delicious. I'm going to say this, while we get to the last part of the segment, he's going to start preparing the banana pancakes. And we want to talk a little bit about Pinewood and some of the flooding issues while we go through this last segment. Chef Ryan, how has the flooding affected you in Pinewood? The flooding is always been an issue for about a long time now, you know, and I always think, you know, through Cascarilla Street, that's one of the major places that you would always get a flooding, you know, and for me, even sometime from a little boy walking out and seeing that the water is so high, I always think that somebody needs to get the community up together to help build the situation, to fix it, you know. I think the solution can be the dredging, you know. So the dredging isn't really one of the things that people aren't consistent of, you know. People always say, hey, yeah, man, I got the dredging under control. But I don't think they have it under control as they should say, you know. Some, you know, I wouldn't want to get too much political, but some MPs come in and say, yeah, I'm going to make sure that it's okay. You know, I'm going to make sure that the dredging and people make sure either find a solution but never does. You know, yeah. So we need somebody who can come into Pinewood to make sure that we have this this problem fixed. Yeah.
So the solution that you heard currently from our member of parliament in concerns with the flooding in Pinewood, do you feel like that solution is suffice for persons from Pinewood?
I've listened to it very carefully, and honestly and truly, I really don't think so. You know, you cannot just give a solution and then tell the people you're going to do this and then nothing ever happened. You know, I've listened in the past 3 years. You know, that's not going to work. You know, 3 years you've been in, and now you're just going to say what you're going to do. You know, we are 5 years into as a member of parliament, and you think you're going to 2 years going to work? I don't believe so. You know, and we need someone to get right there and then from you get into Pinewood and make that problem fixed right there at that right very moment within the first year.
Well, what I do feel like, because I do understand some of the things you're saying, but the problem what I have and what the majority of persons in Pinewood have is the solution has to benefit the persons of Pinewood financially.
Yes.
Right? And it has to be sustainable.
Yep.
By the year 2025, 2/3 of the world population will be in a water crisis.
Yep.
By 2050, the UN said that there will be water shortages all over the world. So if God is blessing us with water, it makes little to any sense to take the water and not sustainably reuse the water. The water has to be put through a drainage system that goes to a solar-powered reverse osmosis facility where we could be able to purify the water, reuse the water, and create opportunities, monetize where Bahamians and Pinewood residents alike can have jobs, can have an opportunity to invest their money, can have a sense of pride inside the community that, hey, look here, which once was our problem is now a financial solution to many of our needs.
Yep.
We have a plan for Pinewood, whereas that this flood water would be put to use through a reverse osmosis solarized plant in a multi-purpose facility that can also host, listen to this now, it can also host a hydroponics farm where the residents of Pinewood can engage in seedling production, where we can be able to provide seedlings for backyard farmers and commercial farmers alike. This is a method that the people of Pinewood can be able to see money come back to them through investing through a public-private partnership, because as I tell you that I feel like our politicians should be in the place whereas we create policies that make the average citizen benefit. We do not want to take from the rich, but we want to make the poor wealthier. And through these types of initiatives, I feel like the residents of Pinewood would be able to now feel some sort of relief through the decades of flooding inside their homes, through the loss, and to be able to mitigate, at least not for this generation, but for the generations that come before them, that a solution like this would create generational wealth for the residents of Pinewood alike. How do you feel about that?
I think that's good, you know, honestly and truly. You know, some people always come with, okay, I'm going to make it happen, and they never do. So for that situation and all of that you have in that caliber, you might just tell the people of Pinewood you're ready.
Well, Pinewood, we're ready.
We're ready.
We're ready. And we want to show you now that the pancakes are just about done. The lobster is just about done. And we're going to, when we come back, right, we want to show you what the finished meal looks like. This has been a truly amazing show with Chef Ryan and this wonderful dish that he put together for us. We have here the cracked lobster with banana pancakes and our own very special Pinewood sauce. So what are we going to do now? I mean, we got everything. This looks like I could just eat this right now.
So you know, we gotta sort of make sure that it lights and pretty for our people to eat with their eyes first and then go on with the taste, you know.
Yes.
So we're gonna plate it up now, right? So I'm gonna just go with the lobster, and the reason why I'm using lobster is because you can eat a whole lobster if you want by itself. So I'm just gonna have that there, right? And you know, our cracked lobster. This is really, really good. Especially when it comes to our natural resource like we spoke about. And we'd also want to focus on sustaining ourselves, like you said, and making sure that us here in Pinewood, have a better life in the future coming. All right, so we just want to load that up, right? Our sauce, all right? So this is our Pinewood sauce, and we'd want to mix our syrup. It's just, the recipe is there, but we don't want to watch out for, you know, other people trying to get our idea, right?
We want our idea to the Google, man. To the Google, hey,
Right?
Google idea, all right? Google it.
Google it.
What is this sauce we putting on there now?
So this here is a calypso sauce that has coconut rum in it as well. So you know, us people there like our sauces to be it's Lennet, and for some people who do not like Lennet sauces, then they can always take it out as well. All right.
So what this design is, you put here with this. I see you put it in strategic spots.
Yeah. So it's just dots that we want to make into certain sections. So when people eat, they can just have each particle to use. You know.
All right.
All right. You know, I love my parsley, so we're gonna use a little bit of that parsley in there.
And we do have parsley at the Pinewood Community Garden as well.
Oh yeah. Right. And there you go. Everything down there.
Man. So now time for taste test?
Oh yeah.
Taste test. All right.
So
let's see what's going on now. All right, now I need you 6 feet distance now. 6 feet distance so I can taste my, you know. You giving me a fork? What you giving me a fork for, man?
Yeah, man, go and dig it all in.
You.
Dig it all in. You know, that's all you.
Listen to me, all right? I don't need no fork when it comes down to this. All right. Now, you should be inside this kitchen.
So you got everything there. You got the citrus. You got the seasoning. You get our Grammy pancake, and then you know we get our Pinewood sauce in there.
I can taste one of these pancakes. This is the way I always eat when I want. Right? If you want to be a Bahamian, right, this is a good way to eat your pancake.
Just like that. I sure you get some of the banana in there, some potassium, you know.
This is off the chance. I tell you no lie.
And it's strictly Bahamian. It's strictly Bahamian, and you know, it's well good and well known.
Finger licking.
Oh yeah.
I want to give special thanks to our producer for the show today. Big up Mr. Robinson. I want to thank you, Chef Ryan McIntosh, for coming here. And I'd also like to thank our host, right?
Yep. Because Chef Aaliyah also is really good from the Culture Kitchen, you know?
Yeah.
You know, she's also good in her cuisines as well.
I really like to give special thanks to the Culture Kitchen for hosting us here today. All right. Everybody check them out. They have exquisite cuisine, and you can see by the looks of everything, the kitchen is clean. Nice, clean kitchen. I want to thank you again, and make sure to join us on the next episode of Voices of Pinewood, where it is our job to bring the voices from your community to the forefront so that we all know the great things that are in each and every one of our communities. Thank you.